Egg hunts have always been the most beloved Roblox events on the platform. It takes what's normally a pretty mediocre holiday and turns it into the shining star of the year. There's only one problem though. They only happen once a year. And because there's so much demand and so little supply, people got to making their own, spreading the joy of Easter cheer year-round for those who want it. And now fan-made egg hunts have outlived their official counterparts. Fan-made egg hunts have always interested me. As a devoted Roblox egg hunt enthusiast, I would dabble in a little fan-in every now and then, as a treat. But what I learned, and you soon will too, is that there is an abundance of these games. All ranging from good, to bad, to incredible, to something. And I think it's about time we give fan and egg hunts their time in the limelight. With that being said, if you've ever played a fan-made Roblox egg hunt, chances are it's Egg Hunt 2022's Lost in Time. This was, and still is, the only fan-made egg hunt that ever made it to the front page on release. And it had a huge amount of hype following it. Building up to release date, many notable Roblox YouTubers like Creekcraft shared special teasers and trailers on Twitter. It had a whole hype campaign, promising the Roblox community another Egg Hunt 2018, which, if you don't know, is universally beloved. The Roblox extension RoPro also added a feature to show off which eggs you've collected from the game on your profile, which is the reason I got RoPro myself. The stars truly aligned for this release, and it came out to disappointment. Now, that's not to say the game was bad. Quite the opposite actually, it was just as good as everyone expected. The problem lied with the game being fan-made. A lot of people who saw the egg hunting community going feral for one game titled Egg Hunt 2022 made many casual fans disappointed when no hats were officially given out for the game. In a way, its popularity made it doomed to fail for a large number of players, which is a shame because it did everything right. Its map design was genuinely incredible, and it still is the prettiest fan-made egg hunt I've seen to this day. The egg quests were challenging and fun while not being too annoying, and most importantly and underratedly, the movement. Movement is heavily underestimated in games this style, but here all the movement options were absolutely incredible. There were so many fun ways to go really fast, and there was even a hang glider that let you move through the map with ease. There was also this overarching story where you helped build this time machine to go to World 2, hence the name Lost in Time, but as you can guess, World 2 never released, which is a common trope in a lot of these fan games. Most of these egg hunts don't have a proper ending. For a large amount of these games, there's no real story going on. You collect the eggs and then you move on. There's no real ending because they don't end after 30, 40, 50 eggs, but rather when the creator gets bored and abandons the project. Take for example Egg Hunt 2021, A Dimensional Journey, which has a very misleading name. It's mostly a self-contained Candyland world that doesn't noticeably have any story elements to it, which is completely fine for what it is, until randomly in a corner of the map there's a bunch of scientists talking about an evil force in the portal, and that Onyx is waiting. Who's Onyx, you might ask? I don't know. The developers abandoned the project before the story could take off. Very few of these fan and egg hunts are still being worked on as a whole, except for one very noticeable exception. One game that not only is still getting eggs added fairly regularly, but also has 1,064 of them to be exact. That's too much. This one, while still being an egg hunt, is much more closely aligned with the Find the style of games, with each world being more like a self-contained zone, each the same size, and having teleporters to easily access any location. And there's an abundance of eggs. You can really walk anywhere and stumble into 3 easily. Like, over 1,000 is just overkill at this point. Quantity famously does not equal quality. If you want to know the fan-made egg hunt with the smallest number of eggs for some reason, Agents of Time Frigid Arcadia has as little as 2 eggs in total. You might be looking at this map and wonder, how is that possible? This game looks huge. Well, that's because this game is a prank. In Early 2020, where the only thing we knew about the egg hunt was that it was named Agents of Time, a lot of prominent developers, YouTubers, and even Roblox admins created this game with the goal of tricking people into thinking it was the official egg hunt, which is devastating because the actual game itself is incredibly well made. There are train stations that teleport you around the map and a partially frozen river that speeds you up, but aside from this one-off random egg found near the river, the only actual egg objective is a series of fetch quests from Hopper Eggmanton, which in the end teleports you to this frankly gorgeous secret base. Only at the very end of a long elevator ride that very closely resembles Egg Hunt 2018's Ready Player One finale does the game finally pull the rug from under you and reveal how this whole thing is an April Fool's prank. This left 12-year-old me in shambles. I still sometimes mourn what once could have been because this joke game is unironically better than 95% of what Egg Hunt 2020 actually turned out to be, which was not good. Literally everyone in the community hates the 2020 Dev Hunt approach and just wanted a single game Egg Hunt platformer much like 2018. And since Roblox didn't supply it, the fanbase overwhelmingly did. This is most evident in Egg Hunt Enchanted Echoes, which has a fun, bright, stylized design and fairly simple yet effective movement options that make traversing the otherwise huge map not the worst thing in the world. There's so much to do here, from hidden temple challenges to breaking into toy shops. There's even a whole secret breakout route from the tutorial you can get by listening to the sentient egg in chat, which is actually the coolest thing ever, and I love how this game rewards you for paying attention. You might recognize some of these egg designs from the game Tower Heroes, which had a crossover with this game to make some of the eggs enemies in their special Easter map, which is really cool. Good for Enchanted Echoes. They deserve the shout out. Another 2018 feeling egg hunt that's shockingly underrated is Egg Hunt Excellent Crime, which has a whole playable opening sequence where we travel through their version of Hard-Boiled City and go into the Egg Museum where, looks like all the eggs got stolen and scattered around multiple worlds. If only someone was willing to embark on an, magical quest across the egg mansions to get back the lost eggs and save the museum. Although it's a little cliche, the game itself is super fun to play, and personally, compared to Enchanted Echoes, I prefer the ability to dive over the ability to roll. Nothing against Enchanted Echoes, of course. This game also has some pretty awesome objectives, but it is also noticeably more broken than the other games mentioned so far. A lot of the side quests that take you to different games are bugged, which is so sad as this seems really well made. You know what else is well made? Tycoons! Sorry, I couldn't find a good segue. Egg Hunting Tycoon is both an engaging tycoon mixed with the traditional egg hunt formula you guys know and love, while out collecting those eggs in our vast environments. You are collecting the recipe to your future. Okay, who wrote this? You want to know what I really think about this game? It's fine. There's a very clear divide between the tycoon and the egg hunt parts of the map, and neither of which are all that visually interesting. It actually feels shockingly empty for a game that has 36 eggs, and this jump pad never works the way it should. In concept, it's a really smart idea, as hunting eggs gives you something to do while you collect money, but in execution, since neither parts are all that interesting, oh my god, you get money so slowly. The whole thing feels half-baked and incredibly monotonous, which sucks because I remember playing this one really long ago, and even then, when I was 11 years old and lived on Tycoon Slop, I still remember leaving after finding half the eggs. Maybe that inadvertently shaped my view on this game now. Nostalgia truly is one hell of a drug. Speaking of nostalgia, I used to almost exclusively play this egg hunt when I was bored. This doesn't even have a fun name, it's just Unofficial Egg Hunt 2022, which, fun fact, this was not made in 2022. I know this because a common trick with fandom egg hunts is just to update the year as time moves on, so this was actually Unofficial Egg Hunt 2019 to me. The actual game itself is so ugly. I mean this with all the love in my heart, but the main world is just a straight line with the points of interest shoddily placed to each side. And the other worlds aren't anything to write home about either. The UI is also so in your face when you load in, and it feels overwhelming at first. For as much as I'm hating on it, I do like how you can wear the eggs in-game, and this is the only fan and egg hunt I've donated to. So I hope my 142 Robux donation 5 years ago balanced out the negativity I just put out for this game. It's funny as this used to be the most popular fan and egg hunt by far, but now it too has fallen into the wayside, with literally every other game mentioned so far. There's only been one egg hunt that's maintained its player base for this long into the egg hunt drought. Which one is that, you might ask? It's none other than Epic Egg Hunt 2025. I'm not here to hate on what's popular simply because it's popular. But really? Was this the best one out there?
You found cellar egg.
In this game, you go around different areas finding the not very hidden eggs. Why is this the most popular, you may ask? I do not know. The egg designs themselves are mostly just random stripes and colors, with this person happily declaring that
You found cheeseburger egg, dynamite egg, chimney egg, underground.
the game isn't infinitely replayable either, as it has a definitive ending, but even though I don't know why it's the most popular, it's still really cool to see any fan and egg hunt frequenting over 200 players at any time. For a genre of games defined by having 0 people playing in any of the egg hunts before, that's a huge step up. And even though it's not my personal favorite, it's single-handedly keeping the spirit of fan-made egg hunts alive, even if it is by just a little. It's beautiful how the spirit of Roblox egg hunts still live on half a decade after the series ended. It's such a testament to the Roblox community and the importance these events had on a lot of our lives. But even with all the fan and egg hunts, there's still an underlying sense of emptiness. All these games are incredible to me and so many others, even if I was hating on some of these games before. But they'll never be able to fill the void that official Roblox egg hunts left. Nor should they be expected to, as Roblox is a huge corporation with every resource available, while most of these games were made by small teams or single developers. But still, we'll never truly get close to having something that feels like a communal egg hunt event ever again. Huh? So I may have lied. Retro Studio is its own mini-platform on Roblox that aims to simulate the 2009 to 2015 era of Roblox. And while that's cool on its own, the creators behind the game have their own event team, dedicated to making seasonal events for Halloween, Christmas, and of course, Easter. That is what this video is about. Retro Studio has its own line of high-quality Roblox egg hunts, and these things are treated like events. There's proper hype, build-up, and eggs that you can wear in any other Retro Studio game. This is the perfect environment to replicate the excitement and joy of playing an egg hunt with an entire community. And so far, there have been 4 Retro Studio egg hunts. So let's start at the beginning with 2022. This egg hunt heavily mimics the 2013 to 2016 vibe, with it all taking place in one big game. Lucky Lapin even makes a guest cameo as our veteran lore giver. I don't know, I didn't pay attention this time. The map is a densely crowded valley with mountains, barns, army training outposts, houses, and anything else you'd imagine being located within a valley. While all the eggs are derivative from official Roblox egg hunts, their method to collect them is completely different and really interesting. Take for example the hipster egg of Retro, that requires you to take a test to see how old school you are before it lets you collect it. or the Egg of Ra, which is the egg I normally wear. In Egg Hunt 2017, the Egg's quest is so easy, it was literally the first egg I collected. Whereas here, it requires you to traverse through the dark tunnels to stumble upon its resting place, and then get a team of 3 people to start a boss fight for the egg. And if you think this game is impressive, they improved immensely with their 2023 Egg Hunt, which is split into 5 different worlds. Each world is unique in its own way, with my personal favorites being World 2 and 5. World 2 is this absolutely gorgeous autumn city landscape that still manages to make the city feel huge, despite the fact that it's barely a fourth of the map. Like, this whole design is so high quality while also maintaining that old Roblox feel. The map looks like a beautifully drawn painting, and speaking of paintings, you can go into the museum and walk into every painting, which is so fun and charming, and it's such an awesome way to get an egg. Whereas World 5, being the center of the Eggverse, feels so dramatic and grand for this egg hunt. Not only is it incredibly detailed, but it also has teleporters to other worlds, which makes this feel so much more like the center of the universe. And you already know each world has its own unique egg objective. This world alone solidifies Retro Studios' track record for creating incredible egg hunts. And we're only halfway through! 2024's egg hunt is a lot more laid back in comparison, with it returning to 1 big world instead of 5, and is my personal favorite. This egg hunt features a medieval village, with the story being to collect all the eggs to beat the evil gods Azrael and save Yolktopia. I really like how stripped down this one feels, with it focusing less on grand world designs and more on fun objectives, like how the eggs you collect can have special abilities, such as being able to shrink you down, or read previously unreadable text. One even allows you to fly freely around the map, which is the final egg, but that's still really cool. There's even a whole Japan-inspired section, which does feel a little out of place, but it doesn't detract from the experience at all. The final boss fight is also really engaging in the way that it requires you to use your egg abilities collected throughout playing the game, and it feels really rewarding to complete. Now, the final Retro Studio Egg Hunt returns to the multiple worlds format, and this time requires you to voyage across different islands. And while admittedly, I haven't played as much of this egg hunt as the others, its speed and jump coil power-ups are a really nice addition, and it not only looks so stylized and beautiful, but it also has a promising story, which is something not many egg hunts in general can say. I'm sure it's good. It has my retroactive stamp of approval. Same with all these other egg hunts. Despite this video being over 19 minutes 41 seconds long, I only managed to talk about roughly half of all the egg hunts I actually played. And while I didn't directly talk about them, they still mattered to the creation of this video. I've played so many fan and egg hunts, more than official egg hunts now, and I played every official Roblox egg hunt in a video before. But after playing such a wide variety of games, from good to less good, one thing has been true the entire time. These games all have so much heart poured into them. Even if the lower quality ones didn't look all that great or had admittedly ugly egg designs, they're still just as, if not more important than all the high quality ones I've talked about in this video. They show that non-developers like you, probably, and me, can try our hand at creating something new based off something we love. There are thousands of fan-made egg hunts, so many I could never play them all. But to think that these silly seasonal events Roblox put out 5 years ago now had such an impact on so many people that it got people to create something new inspired from them shows how powerful Roblox can be to its player base when the company's not actively screwing over itself. Our blind hope for a new egg hunt has gotten us this far, and now we have official news that fifteam, the creators behind the 2018 egg hunt I've referenced so many times, are gonna make their own fan-made egg hunt for 2026. Something tells me these fan creations won't be going away for a long time, and something else tells me that that's not anything to worry about. If there's anything to take away from this video, it's to go out there and create things that make you happy. Fanworks are always awesome, and by making this video, I'm contributing this to my love of Roblox egg hunts. This is what I've been doing for the past 2 months. Playing so many Roblox egg hunts. I'm tired.